So welcome back to the channel. So a couple of weeks ago, I got my catalytic converter stolen out of my 2007 Prius. I got the car in the garage right now, all jacked up. We're gonna do a quick inspection under the car. We'll go through how to practically fix the whole thing. I ordered a new, or actually a used catalytic converter, which came in this week. This is essentially all we need here. This whole pipe is why the thief wants to steal it. So essentially in here, these are essentially filters. They have platinums in here. So essentially if you can take these apart, melt them down, you can get a couple $100 out of it. But the inconvenient part is that it cost me nearly $1,600 to get this replaced. And it is a pain in the butt, because the dealer is going to charge you $2,100 to get one of this brand new. I will show you how to mount everything back together, but before we do so, we're going to quickly inspect what's the damage and what is required to fix it. So I also got a couple of stuff from Kragen, or in this case O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is essentially a temporary clamp that I'm going to be using to get the clamp together of the exhaust pipe. Hopefully a temporary until I can take it into a shop and get it well together. Luckily they didn't take the gasket here, so we'll be able to reuse it, as well as the two bolts that we have here. So we'll put this to good use again. On top of the stuff that I've ordered, I also ordered a cat security. It's essentially a shield for covering the catalytic converter, so that, you know, next time it won't prevent or help prevent someone from stealing it the next time. But anyhow, we're gonna assess the damage of the 2007 Prius. I'm gonna quickly go inside and show you that they also took my catalytic converter oxygen sensor. This is essentially on how to get to the oxygen sensor. It's on the right passenger's front seat. Underneath, you'll see an adapter right here. This is the connector right here. Hopefully you can see it. But this is the connector that you will need to get the oxygen sensor connected. I ordered a brand new one off the internet, off of Amazon. The link is below, so I will show you where to get it later. But that's at least where you're going to be able to get the connector back in. This is the oxygen sensor that we bought brand new. Luckily it came with the rubber gasket here to prevent, you know, water from coming up the, you know, under the chassis. But anyhow, we're gonna go first do the inspection. Okay, so as you can see, this is where the catalytic converter supposedly is to be, and this is where they cut the catalytic converter off. You have the resonator pipe that comes all the way to the back of your muffler right here, all the way back there. But we're not going to be touching that. We're just going to hopefully clamp things back together until we can weld it together. As you can see right there, this is where the catalytic converter connects to. There's a 12mm bolt on each side, and they essentially took the whole thing. On top of that, let me come over and show you where the oxygen sensor comes out of. So if you can quickly see, right underneath the catalytic converter, you'll see a little hole right here. This goes into the cabin. This is where the oxygen sensor comes out. This is the, you know, downstream oxygen sensor for the 2007 Prius. It'll work for 2004 through 2009. So they use the same thing, but hopefully we'll hopefully get this thing back together, up and running, and then we'll put on the security casing, or at least the cover, to prevent future you know, theft of the catalytic converter. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to put together the downstream O2 sensor. That way we don't have to deal with it later. We'll just feed it up into the cabin and then lock it down after that. So I have the O2 sensor here. Let's quickly hand tighten it in. Excuse the background noise. I got the laundry going today. It is Saturday. It's sunny California. I'm using a quick wrench, adjustable wrench. You can quickly tighten this up. You want to do it firmly, but not too tight, because essentially you don't want to damage the sensor, but just enough. All right, now once that's in. This also comes with a little washer, so if you notice, it's all right here. I'm just gonna quickly zoom in here, so you'll see that there's a washer. So you don't have to worry about buying an additional washer. It comes with it. Now that we got this in, we're just gonna see if we can mount this into the muffler area. So that's it. Okay, so going over the tools again really quick to get everything installed. I don't have an extension for the ratchet, so we're just gonna quickly hand tighten it as much as possible. This is a 14mm socket. We'll be able to use that to tighten the connectors back in and release the catalytic converter back into the down connector of the motor. We have the strap here. That's going to help with the reconnecting temporarily of the cut pipe a little bit later. We'll also have the gasket here. That's it. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but the first thing we got to do is we got to put the gasket back on, which is right here. That goes to the manifold. Essentially, this is the gasket. We'll connect the catalytic converter right here. There's a 14mm nut in the back of this already built in, so all you gotta do is just screw it on. You won't be able to see it, but you can actually feel it. It's welded right directly into the system. Like this clamp is a little too small for our need. We're gonna see if we can head to Home Depot and find a metal clamp that would work for us. If not, we're gonna have to order one off a different location. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go find a different clamp. This is a little bit too small, but at least we got some of the stuff working already, at least mounted. So I got this temporary clamp to hold the cut catalytic converter and the rest of the pipe here in here. This is a 1.5 inch pipe connector that I got from Home Depot. It's about $1.75. This is just temporary so that I can at least drive the car for a bit, and then take this to a muffler shop so that they can weld this thing back in for me. I also got an exhaust system sealant temporarily so that I can just put it on this joint right here to make sure that it doesn't leak. It's essentially a cement for now. It's a temporary cement until they get the welding onto the pipe here. Okay, so I finally got the catalytic converter mounted. We temporarily used the clamp with muffler sealant. So hopefully it's good enough for next week so that we can take this to a muffler shop and weld it together, or at least weld the connector together. Once that's done, I will put on the cat security and we'll have a second video for that. Please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Like, comment. Thanks for watching.